Okay, so Counter-Strike. This is really interesting. So Counter-Strike is finally coming out with CS2. Maybe. We'll see what happens. All right. So I thought this was pretty cool. Um I mean, I've played like Counter-Strike a little bit. I'm not the best at it or whatever. Um I do play on like mouse and keyboard, but like I'm like okay. Tac shooters are not my favorite, but again, if Counter Strike got into the Olympics, I wouldn't be upset. Okay, that is the game most likely to be in the Olympics, but alas, it's not. I think we got a bunch of Wii Sports in there or whatever. But I thought this was interesting enough to talk about. So they released a couple new videos, and I just want to talk about them. Is all. All right. So let's get in it.
In a Counter-Strike match, information can mean the difference between success or failure. As a result, smoke grenades have become a cornerstone of team tactics. With Counter-Strike 2's new game engine, we've evolved smokes and made them dynamic. Smoke grenades now create volumetric 3D objects that live in the world. Now, not only do all players see the same smoke regardless of position, but the smoke can interact with the environment in interesting ways. It reacts to lighting, grows to fill spaces naturally. The shape of the smoke cloud can be pushed and carved by bullets and grenades.
So this is actually really cool. So when I watch like regular CS:GO, from what I watch or whatever, it's like the smoke is just like, I think it's just like little 2D pictures, and they just like rotate wherever your viewpoint is to show that like, hey, there's like a smoke cloud here, you can't see anything past it or whatever. I don't exactly know how it works, but that's the gist of it. But with this is interesting. So I think it's cool, but however, so we just saw him throw a grenade. Like, where was it?
Fill spaces naturally. The shape of the smoke cloud can be pushed and carved by bullets and grenades.
So he just threw a grenade and it nullified the smoke. So that's kind of like what Call of Duty had, in the fact that they had UAV and counter UAV. So if you have a smoke, all you need is a grenade to just nullify it or whatever. So I think that's really interesting for like counterplay. I mean, I'm not sure what the top pros think about it or whatever. If I were to guess, I think I don't know what they would think, but it kind of seems like it might be a dumbing down of the game mechanic and trying to appeal to a larger audience with like the bullets going through the smoke and like popping holes.
In Counter-Strike 2, smoke grenades provide...
Like, you see this like little hole here? In like regular CS:GO, the smoke would still be there. And that's like the skillful aspect of the game. You having to line up your cursor to where you're pretty sure the guy's head is and landing it on there. That's, kind of arguably a little bit more of a skillful thing. Now it seems like if your cursor is like right there and you miss, you have like an opportunity to like, maybe it's not 100% on, but they're like, their head is still there. Maybe it's on the edge, so you can go for like a second flick or whatever, and maybe throw in a counter strafe or something. It is really interesting, and the smoke being like 3D, it kind of looks like foam. I'm not sure if this is how like real smoke grenades act. To some degree, it's probably true, but it kind of looked like foam. Like, these are foam grenades.
Objects that live in the world. Now, not only do all players see the same smoke regardless of position,
Like, doesn't that look like a foam grenade?
but the smoke can interact
It rushes out and then it's like, it like oozes or whatever.
with the environment in interesting ways. It reacts to lighting, grows to fill spaces.
Doesn't that look like foam? Like just a foam grenade, just blip. I mean, you know, a smoke grenade in a little tiny hallway, I'm pretty sure that'd act the same way.
Naturally, the shape of the smoke cloud can be pushed and carved by bullets and grenades. In Counter-Strike 2, smoke grenades provide even more tactical
And it goes
opportunities.
back. Okay, so it wiped it out and then it grew back. Okay, that's pretty cool.
They're just going to look and play better.
Oh my god, but that grenade looked like it wiped it out entirely. See, it like went off like right there, and like maybe the smoke was like right there. One more time. Yeah. Because it looked like it didn't grow back. Maybe they just cut it. Because that'd look weird if a smoke grenade got fully like wiped by a grenade and then just randomly started coming back. Maybe they figured that would look weird for a clip. All right. Summer 2023. All right. I mean, I'm not too interested in like TAC FPSs, but I might give it a shot. I want to watch this other video though. Okay, so what was this? Most important part of every Counter-Strike match, shooting and movement. We're going beyond tick rates. Beyond tick rates in CS2.
It's visceral and
Okay.
Counter-Strike is known for its visceral and satisfying gunplay. Now, firing a weapon looks pretty simple. You click your mouse, your character shoots, your target takes damage.
Yep.
But there's a lot more happening behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
In previous versions of Counter-Strike, the game only evaluated moving and shooting in discrete time intervals.
Are these numbers, okay, so source 1, are these numbers supposed to represent like the tick rate for the servers? And this is CS, like all the way at 128 tick. I mean, I don't exactly, like, since I don't play CS or whatever, I just know I have like a very basic understanding of tick rate servers. I just know the higher the tick rate, the more responsive the game feels or whatever. And playing Apex is about right here, 20 tick servers if these are like little twos, and this is like double, or maybe they're 1, 16, 18, 19, 20. Maybe this is, no, it's probably, Apex is like right here. Meanwhile, CS all the way over here with 128 tick servers. Dang. That's crazy, dude. See, somebody at Apex is, you know, man, should be taking notes or something, you know? Dang, I gotta write this down. Bigger tick rate servers. More than 20. Got it.
Were ticks, and time between those ticks didn't exist. For the most part, the experience was seamless. But sometimes those milliseconds between click and tick could be the difference between landing or missing your shot. That's why with Counter-Strike 2, we're introducing sub-tick updates. Now the tick rate no longer matters for moving and shooting.
What?
So the server will know the exact moment you fired your shot, jumped your jump, or peeked your peek. And the server will calculate your precise actions between ticks. So,
Bro,
what you see is what you get.
there is nothing with more competitive integrity than these fucking sub-tick rate servers. Oh my god. Like, these servers, oh my god. These things are got to be worth something, dude. How has the Olympics not picked this shit up yet, dude? Like, for real. I was gonna say so. But this is crazy. Apex over here on the 20 tick rate servers. Meanwhile, CS is over here 128. We can literally just like infinitely double that and then, do sub tick rate, We could put actions in between each tick. We're that good. Granted, I don't know how much these things cost. So there's also that to take into effect. But holy. And I think that's just the same footage. Alright. Okay. You get the dub for the sub tick rate servers. That's crazy. Okay, I think this is the last video.
With over 20 years of history,
Yep.
maps are a fundamental pillar of Counter-Strike. And in Counter-Strike 2, maps are getting a new look. But don't worry, you can still bring along your countless hours honing strategies and exploiting every corner and crevice. We took 3 approaches to improving maps while retaining their rich legacy. First, there are touchstone maps. Classic maps with solid foundations that players can use to evaluate gameplay changes from CSGO to Counter-Strike 2.
I wonder how many maps they're going to keep and just like port over or whatever and add the polish versus how many new maps they're just going to create, like brand spanking new. I'm curious about that because that seems really cool.
These have improvements to lighting and character read, but otherwise haven't been changed.
Okay.
Next, we have upgrades. These are maps that use new Source 2 lighting, including a physically based rendering system that produces realistic materials, lighting, and reflections. And finally, overhauls. The oldest maps have been fully rebuilt from the ground up, leveraging all of the Source 2 tools and rendering features. These tools will be available for community map makers to make it easier to build, experiment, and iterate.
This is cool.
With upgrades to lighting, player read, and materials in Counter-Strike 2, even the familiar will feel brand new.
Alright, and I think this is just the same footage. So, another good video. However, I know enough about FPS to know that essentially this video does not matter in the sense that anybody that falls in the bell curve on playing this game with regards to like skill level, anybody at least in like in the middle and onward, like towards the other side, not the beginner side, but the other side, anybody in there, bro, everything low, 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 off, low, low. Everything's going straight to the left side, Turn that shit off, straight to low. But however, I think all these graphical updates, this is all an attempt to, get more people or new people into the game, which is always good for the game, I think this is a good step, a step in the right direction for CS. Which is ultimately a good thing. Maybe I could play a little bit more CS and give it a shot. I do like it. All right, so that's pretty much just some quick thoughts about these like tweets or whatever. And yeah, all right, later.